Alright, so I haven't uploaded a video for a while. I hadn't even played Frosthaven for a month before yesterday. But we do have the digital early access coming out soon. Unfortunately, I'm helping my sister move on that day, but we'll figure something out. For now, it was pointed out to me in the level that I streamed last night. Last night I played the Corrupted Camp, and it kind of almost went pretty well. If an ally hadn't missed, I would have won. I ended up losing by 3 hit points on the final enemy, and I just wasn't in range to get it, because I left it to a guard to kill, and he failed. But anyway, it was pointed out to me that I didn't really need to start a new file for it. I could kind of just continue the main campaign that I've been working on. So let's do that. I only have, I don't remember exactly how many, it's like 20 or so Frosthaven levels that I've never played, but some of those are the finale of the game, so it would make sense to go through those. We're going to play Call of the Harbinger. I really like this level. I've mostly only played it trying to speedrun it and make speedrun strategies for it, which is really easy because I get to have a level 9 Blink Blade. So I've never really like sat and struggled with this level before. And so I'm looking forward to that. I think that can be a lot of fun. So we're going to play Call of the Harbinger, and I like the way I did it last night. We're going to get a random team composition for it. So I will show the character selection, but then I'll design the characters with it paused real quick. So we have the numbers 1 through 13 are spades, and then 14, 15, 16, 17 for the diamonds. There are 17 classes, and so it's just left to right, 1 through 17. We will be playing character 5, character 8, and character 7. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7. Oh, I played Infuser last night. I do love Infuser, though. And Prism. Shackles, Infuser, Prism. That works for me. And then maybe I'll save this as an object as well, because I kind of like this system. And then we have the levels 1 through 9. So, Shackles, we will be playing at level 2. Okay, so I don't know if I'm ever going to finish my Frosthaven tier list stuff, but like by far, absolutely by far, my most controversial take, which like I don't even think is controversial, like I do not think Shackles is a good class. I do not think it is in the top 5. I do not think it is in the top 10. Like Shackles 100% to me is a bottom 7 class. I'm not saying that it's terrible. I'm not saying that it's bad, because like I really don't think the only class in the game I would say that is bad is Bone Shaper, even though I really like the Bone Shaper. But I don't think Shackles is good. Like Shackles is nowhere close to S tier for me, nowhere close to A tier for me. Anyway, with that said, let's move on. Infuser, I played Infuser last night. I absolutely love the Infuser. I was level 5, I think, last night. And now we get level 1, which is not the best place for an Infuser to start. But we'll see. I guess with my Prosperity, I could make it, I think, 4, but probably won't do that. What do we get for Prism? The cards dictate level 5 for Prism. That's a pretty good place to start. And this way I have like 1 higher level character and 2 weaker characters. Also, as a summoning character, you really like having low level party members, because it means lower monster level and your summons excel against weaker monsters. So I think that this should be interesting. I've got some tankiness in Shackles. Actually, I've got a lot of tankiness between Shackles and Infuser. And then I potentially have damage with Prism. Is the summon that I really like level 6? Yes. Oh, level 7. The Mortar Shells is the summon that I really, really like. I do like this Spinning Blade summon at level 6 as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Geminate. Level 5 Geminate, maybe we'll try the code Geminate. I've never done that before. It honestly doesn't sound all that good to me. And maybe like I haven't read a guide or anything. I don't know if I'm theory crafting this correctly, but like, isn't it that you want to have both of these modes on? Because Code Geminate, it just lets you have 2, right? You can have 2 modes. If you have 2 modes, take one down. if you only have one mode, you can place a card from your hand and get a second mode. So you can have both of these modes. All of your single target melee abilities have +2 range, so they become range 3, and you have less movement. And then all of your ranged abilities get an extra target, but you have less range. So it makes all of your melee attacks range 2, but range 2 attack 2, range 2 target 2. So this becomes like attack 2 target 2 range 2, attack 3 target 2 range 2. Which seems good, but like that just doesn't feel as good as just having the summons out to me, right? Like, wouldn't you rather just have the machine bolter out and have it be getting off 2 attack 2s every turn? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, 2 attack 2s isn't really all that insane, but if I can still do an attack 2 and an attack 3, and it would be melee instead of range 2, but range 2 is very inflexible, because if you're doing an attack that's at range 2, then if you're melee, you're disadvantaged. So it has to be like exactly range 2, otherwise you lose a lot of the benefit. And it just doesn't sound all that good to me. I don't know. Long range missiles is really good, but you don't even need the sniper turret with long range missiles. So do you want to switch to a different mode for that? I don't even know what mode you would switch into. It doesn't even look like any of the other modes help, and then there's no point in having the code geminate going if you're just doing like rapid fire long range missiles. So you can do this without code geminate, and like long range missiles is one of your absolute best cards. So yeah, I'm still not sold on code geminate. I don't know. I guess I'll try it. But aside from like one big turn with power potions and frenzy potions and everything, it doesn't seem all that good to me. We'll test it. We'll test it and see. All right. It is now nighttime, and we are all set up and ready to go. So we are doing a level 2 Shackles. I also went ahead and made Infuser level 2. Shackles, I'm not super ecstatic about this, but I've never used this armor piece before, the Armor of Empathy, so I wanted to give it a try. So, Deathproof Charm, immune to damage 1 time. Armor of Empathy, after you're attacked 3 times on your turn, you can heal an ally and bless them, and then you flip it back over, and then you have to be attacked 3 more times. You know, sounds like it has okay synergy with what Shackles wants to do. Shock Grenades to makes range targets not back away so that they dodge retaliate, and also just to lower output from enemies, lower damage output from enemies. And then the Biting Gauntlet for a little bit of retaliate and a health potion, because why not, right? Infuser, I have never used this sword before, and given that I played an Infuser last night, let's play a very, very, very different kind of Infuser. So we're going to try to play around the sword. That's why I wanted to be level 2. At level 2, you get this Veil of Protection card, which gives you an infusion that increases your max health by 3, which that does go to your sword as well. And then the Caress of the Night, the wound and muddle on all your melee attacks, also goes onto the sword. So the goal will just be to play those 2 infusions, keep this sword up to basically do an attack for 3 every single turn, but then Infuser herself is always disarmed. So Infuser turns are going to be things like Crystalline Aegis to brittle targets, Onyx Shards to disarm targets, Battle Prowess Top to give the sword an attack for 3, and then just some tanking with like Bounty of the Earth, Stoic Vigilance, and I guess that's basically it. I don't see this sounds fun to like try, but it sounds super gimmicky, because I just don't see how you're like actually that good. Like the Infuser that I played last night was so good, and Remote Impact was my biggest contributor. Like Remote Impact was so good. I definitely felt not having Guide the Flow. I wished I had that. That might have been the difference between winning and losing last night, is if I had this card for the extra top movement, or even just for the bottom burst damage. But Desperate Throw was really good too. I just failed to see like how having the sword attack for 3 every single turn, like I fail to see how Infuser herself is able to make up I fail to see how the sword is going to make up the difference that Infuser could make if she weren't disarmed. I phrased that horribly, but you know, we're just gonna keep going. And then the big carry is a level 5 Prism. I've never tried Code Geminate before, so honestly, I'm not looking forward to it all that much. To me, it just sounds weird. I don't see how Code Geminate is going to work, and also it seems like my level 5 card, I'm basically just going to play it once and then just not really play it again for the rest of the scenario. I don't know. It's going to be weird to try to figure all that out. But we will just give it a go and see what happens. I don't know if I'm like not bringing any cards that I should be bringing specifically, and I'm pretty sure that Reaper function doesn't work, right? Because like aimed assault, all your single target melee attack abilities get plus range, but like Reaper assault or Reaper function is multi-target. I'm pretty sure that does not work. Anyway, let's go to this level. It's a fun one, and I haven't played it in a very long time, so we're gonna have to read all of the descriptors. I do know that it's pretty RNG heavy, because it's like you just constantly hope you keep getting the special where the boss does nothing. But we will see what happens. I did take the perk on Shackles to start with 5 bonus health. So we start with 5 bonus health, and when we long rest, we don't lose negative conditions, but we're not affected by them, which honestly, maybe I didn't even want that. And then like I put a disarm. I mean, it's a level 2 character, so it doesn't get very many perks. We just gave the benefit of 3 retirements. Infuser, very similarly, we took the one time you can create an element for free, and then I put 2 Leaf Darks, because Leaf Dark can make both of the 2 infusions that I really want to play. And then the -2 for the triple -1. And Prism got a bunch because it's level 5, and this mastery is not too difficult if it's a short scenario. So we took some poisons, some +2 muddles, and then removed all the -1s we could. And with that, we're ready to go. I think I've never actually played this level on this version of Tabletop Simulator, only in the assisted Frosthaven, not Frosthaven Enhanced, because I don't recall ever seeing this little indicator before. But I'm pretty sure we'll click on this once we destroy this altar, and I think this door is locked, but let's confirm. The scenario is complete when the Harbinger of Shadow is dead at the end of that round. There are 2 Harbingers of Shadow figures in this scenario, though only the Harbinger of Shadow 2 is set up at the start. The 2 bosses share hit points and perform the same monster ability cards each round. The Harbinger of Shadow 2 is immune to damage at this time, and character summons do not focus it. Door 1 is locked and will unlock when the altar is destroyed. Each altar in the scenario has, we just saw, 15 hit points. So I guess we're monster level 4. They are enemies to you and allies to all monsters. Boss Special 1, the Harbinger of Shadow 1, when he is active, does a move and attack for less than he summons a normal Black Imp. And Shadow 2 does nothing. So Harbinger of Shadow 2 is in this room with us. It says 1 here, but nice. We can just change that to a 2. Oh, and if we mouse over him, he's labeled as 2. And then Harbinger of Shadow 1 is going to be over here in this room later. Boss Special 2... Harbinger of Shadow 2, the one who's with us, will move and attack us for extra with Curse, and that's it. He doesn't summon any Black Imps, and it's always normal Black Imps that the first guy summons. When the altar is destroyed, read a thing. When the door is opened, read a different thing. And that is all we need to know. So, what exactly is the plan here? I really like the idea of Shackles moving up and retaliating. Black Imps aren't guaranteed to attack. Harrowers attack pretty frequently. I do have Boots of Speed, so even if the Harrower is... Well, no, Harrowers have, like, 6s, don't they? Or 4s? They have, like... Or maybe a 2. I don't know. They have, like, 2 or 3 single-digit cards, and then they've got 2 16s, and then their slowest cards are, like, in the 30s. But, I mean, I could just go Scarred Effigy, move up in here. I'm full health already, so, like, why not, right? Move in, retaliate too. If these guys are moving, like, an insane amount, if they're moving extra and hitting, then I can just use my item to give them muddle. And that seems pretty decent. And then what do I do with my top? I could just hit this guy, wound him, deal 1 damage to both of these with Cleansing Fire. That's not terrible. That really is not that bad. Although maybe I would rather target the Harrower and Fester. I think I would. I like that. Oh, oops. Scarred Effigy with Cleansing Fire, I think, is what I'm going to go with. These Black Imps mean that there will be poisons. That would be a reason to keep Cleansing Fire, because this bottom action is obviously very good for poisons. But I can also just get rid of poisons with, like, Shared Affliction or something. Shared Affliction bottom. And no level 1 retaliate top cards. I did not remember that. Yeah, I didn't bring the stuff that I really need for Shackles, but I don't know. I don't understand Shackles. I just don't get it. Shackles just confuses me, and I'll never understand it. We need Leaf to summon the sword. I didn't realize that. That's annoying that we can't just get him on turn 1. Then what can we do here? I guess we can Onyx Shards to get Dark. And do, like, Torrential Cleave to get Leaf. Move to immobilize this guy and disarm him. Except we don't really even want to disarm, do we? So maybe I just Crystalline Aegis. Get a Brittle going on this guy. I'm cool with that. And then that'll set the Leaf for me, and then I can get the sword the next turn and start trying to get elements to buff up the sword. Oh, the sword can't ignore retaliate, though, so I really need to get this Harrower killed. He has only 2 retaliate, but I need to get him killed so that the sword focuses on other stuff. The sword should be okay for fighting the altar, but honestly probably not that good. What is the boss? The boss is not immune to Brittle. That's good. And he's only 60 hit points, so that's actually very low. And that's very good. We need to start with a mode. I'm thinking maybe Rapid Fire. Oh, and then did I talk about Prism? We Cloak of Pockets for damage, Circlet of Eyes to just add 1 extra target at one point in time, Sturdy Boots because I'm going to be reducing my own movement, and then the good old Power Potion, Frenzy Potions, just for 1 super stupid turn. I figure I probably want this Heart Strike Bow because I'm going to be lowering my ranges. Rapid Fire mode lowers my range, so the Heart Strike Bow, just to make sure that my second hit is able to actually hit something, seems okay. It is just 1 attack per rest cycle, though. I also strongly considered these items. I mean, Staff of Eminence would be really nice. I should have a lot of elements floating around, and then that's just a Power Potion every rest cycle, because, like, Prism itself doesn't need any elements. Also doesn't generate any, but it's pretty easy to leech just wild element. And then Tome of Conflict is also pretty cool, like a free strengthen for everything, but also strengthens all the monsters. And then Shrapnel Bomb, I think is a good item. So all of those sounded interesting, but I decided to go the Heartstring Bow. And so we'll just start with long range missiles. I don't see any reason to do anything different, anything else, and maybe just target this Harrower. I can even, let's just double attack using the aimed assault turret. Except that's supposed to be my Code Geminate second mode. Is there any point in playing any of my other modes? No. I mean, I could even further reduce the ranges of my ranged attacks. No, okay. Then we'll save the sniper mode. Maybe I just want to Code Geminate on turn 1. No, I'm going to do a little bit of damage first, and then maybe Code Geminate on turn 2 or something. So we'll go for the long-range missiles top with I don't know. Just moving forward. And let's get going. The Harrower is insanely fast, and all he's doing is retaliating. So I guess that's fine. Then Harbinger of Shadow, that's special 2. Special 2 was this one attacking. Yeah, special 2, Shadow 2 goes. It's unfortunate. I'm going to use the restroom. Alright, I feel like this is the exact opposite of last night. Last night is like people were going second at 70. And now we're going last at 37. Or, well, my character's going last at 19, aside from the 37. So the Harbinger of Shadow moves and attacks for extra with Curse. So maybe I should have put somebody else here. Attack +1, so that's attack for 6. And it does 6. I don't think I have anything to... yeah, no armor in any way to reduce that damage on Prism. So that's kind of unfortunate. Infuser. I believe Infuser was just... yeah, move, set leaf. So move 2, boom, immobilize, and brittle. And that'll be that. And then Shackles is move 2. It's just move 1 on the Black Imps, so they can't get away to get rid of their disadvantage. So it's move 2, retaliate 2, and then... oh, I did Cleansing Fire. Okay. I left for a second, so I forgot. Let's attack right here. Attack at disadvantage, attack for 1. Okay, and it'll deal 2 damage. It does 1 here, and I think you can't use a hotkey for the damage on those. You have to manually click on it. And then move 2, retaliate 2. And this guy is wounded, and we have fire set. Oh, so I could go for an infusion this next turn instead of summoning. That might be better. Yeah, because I don't want to summon just right on this guy and then just have my sword get retaliated to death. And Prism. What is Prism doing? Move and attack with long-range missiles. Prism has the best deck, so Prism probably wants to be the one to target this Harrower. So I guess I'll attack here and here. 2 target, attack for 3, range 4 with rapid fire mode. So let's go... is this the time to Heartstring Bow? I think we'll go ahead and Heartstring Bow this. So into the Harrower Heartstring Bow, since he's brittled. Or no, it's not a loss, it's a tap. Okay, poisons him, and it just does the 4, but that's 8. And that feels worth. And then secondary target will be this one. Disadvantage because of his thing. And it was attack for 3, so it does 3. And that is that. Prism's done, and then both of these guys. So a wound here, and then we get disadvantaged attack for 3. It'll deal 1 and poison, and then 2 retaliate, and then disadvantaged attack for 4 does 3, and then 2 retaliate. And we're done with round 1. Easy start so far. I can poison an ally, right? All enemies within range 3 suffer 1. That kills both of the Black Imps, which is very nice, and it damages this, and it damages the altar. So that works for me. It just means that I have to poison an ally. Poison target 1 ally within range 4 and self. I'm already poisoned, so I don't care about that. And then... oh, I guess I line of transference, don't I? And then I can get rid of the poison I have. So I'll back up, make everything suffer, and then give my poison to the Harrower, and probably kill it. That is very good. So this was quite a nice start, and I do not feel like I can't summon the sword. I can probably summon the sword in here and be just fine. And so then what am I doing with an element? I guess I could go Caress of the Night bottom, but I want to play Caress of the Night top. I just want to get elements, man. I guess Wind on Boon of the Tempest is okay, but I want to set this Veil of Protection, and that doesn't take Wind. Caress of the Night the following turn could use the wind if I get dark from somewhere. I guess that's fine. That's fine. We'll get the Caress of the Night up first. And then Prism, hopefully... Okay, Prism can do a bottom self-heal, so let's just code Geminate and Reconstructive Aid to heal off the damage from the boss. And then hopefully the boss just doesn't hit this turn. This is one of the funny bosses where it's like, it's almost more threatening when it gets its regular attacks than when it gets either of its specials, because both bosses 1 and 2 act when it gets those. Oh, I forgot about my Biting Gauntlet. I think it's optional, right? Yeah, things are optional if they don't have ticks. It's when they have ticks that they're not optional. And I totally forgot about these 2 items on these characters. I don't even know if I mentioned. I'm taking the Circlet of Sanctity on Infuser, which I think is kind of interesting. The next 3 attacks targeting an ally within range 2, then ward an ally. And so, like, we have pretty good synergy between that and the Armor of Empathy, as long as these characters stay near each other, which is kind of funny, I think. Actually, this has gone all the way now, because Prism got attacked when Prism was right here, and Shackles got attacked when it was right here. So they were always in range for Infuser's item. So now on her turn, she can ward somebody and flip it back over. So I want to go fast to get that ward off. I'm going at 28. That's fine. Okay, Black Imps are super fast, which is really annoying, because now they actually don't die. This guy suffers from his wound and then heals, and this guy heals. And yeah, I can't underspeed 5, but they do set the dark for me, which is very kind of them. Then the Harrower is at 16, so can I... Yeah, I can Boots of Speed Shackles to underspeed that, so I'll go ahead and do that. Slightly late on the call out, but it's fine. Move and attack regular from the Harbinger of Shadow, not my favorite. So we start with Shackles. Move, poison an ally, so I guess it'll have to be Infuser. And then all enemies within range 3 suffer 1. The boss is immune to damage, but all of those guys suffer 1. Then I will Line of Transference, remove my poison, and give it to the Infestor, the Harrower. So it's an attack for 3 because he's already poisoned, and that will kill. And done. That was Shackles, the Infestor is dead, and now it's the Infuser. So Infuser is going to use the leaf to summon Imbue with Life, the animated Claymore. Now I am permanently disarmed. Or, like, I guess at the end of my turn, the disarm wears off, and then I instantly get disarmed again. It has 1 shield, 2 health, 3 move, 3 attack. And I'll just put it, like, right here, I think. And then I have move and set wind. So I'll move 2 and set wind. And this seems like a fine spot to be in. Done. Prism. Yeah, I was planning on the little guys being dead, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Oh, Infuser also, during her turn, will use the Circlet of Sanctity and ward Prism, because he's going to get hit. So I will code Geminate. I can activate a second mode, and that will be the Aimed Assault. So now my melee attacks are range 2, target 2, but I have reduced move. And I will heal 3, regenerate myself. Harbinger of Shadow will just move here and attack for 5. 6, that's 3 damage. And it wasn't the end of the world. So now what do we accomplish on Infuser? I guess, is he just immune to damage, or can he... Okay, the Harbinger of Shadow is immune to damage at this time, and character summons don't focus it, but it does not say it cannot be targeted, so I can go ahead and disarm the boss. 20 isn't the best speed to be doing that, because if he gets his fast specials, that's before 20. And then it's also possible that he just doesn't do anything. This is what I was looking for. I can go at 12 and do it, though. That's, well, no, we'll go at 20 because the thing I want to be doing is setting Leaf. Or, oh, okay, yeah. I set Leaf Dark with the Onyx Shards, and then I can get my Veil of Protection up the next turn. So Leaf Dark with the bottom of Emerald Edge, just healing the poison off myself. Or maybe healing Prism. Okay, I like that. Then what am I doing here? I guess I just move up. I'm disadvantaged on the Black Imps anyway, so Faceless Entity doesn't matter. And I can hit the Black Imps and I can hit the Altar. I'll probably go Black Imp Altar on the 2 hits of it. I do need a lot of movement to get there. I need to move 3 to get there. Oh. Interesting. I could use the bottom of Divergent Destruction, and that would kill both of the Black Imps. But also I don't need to, so maybe I just won't. I think I'll just go Faceless Entity and then the move with Coiled Limbs. And that will be sufficient. Here I would love to do some healing. One of your allies within range 3 and all enemies adjacent to that ally suffer 2. Okay, that's not really what I want. Setting Reversal of Fate seems fine. I could heal up myself a little bit. Do I not have a heal to use on allies? Did I play that card? Is the Poison Self and Poison Ally card? That is the one that heals an ally. Dang. Because that's a really good card. Like, heal 3 on yourself and an adjacent ally. But it looks like I don't have any way to help any allies. But that's fine. I can just set Reversal of Fate, and maybe I just attack 2 into the altar. And so Prism will move 3 with the Coiled Limbs, and then attack the top guy and the altar. Top guy survives. And the altar will take, this would be ambiguous, so we'd take the first one. So the altar takes 2 damage. And then I guess now I'll hit both Black Imps. So here and then here. -1 will kill. Okay, that would be just the regular +1. So the first guy's dead, and then the top guy is also dead, and that would be ambiguous, so we get the first one. So we don't get any good stuff out of that. And Prism is done. Infuser, so we get our sword. Attack for 3. It does 2. And then on my turn, I will just heal myself for 2 to remove the poison and set Leaf. And then I will disarm the boss, because he is not immune to disarm, and he can be targeted. And he's in range 2, so I get the Dark with Onyx Shards. Which is really nice, because he was multi-target this turn, and that was going to be annoying. Shackles. Oh, did anybody get... Somebody got attacked in range, right? Because the boss attacked last turn, but neither of the imps attacked. And it wasn't Shackles that got attacked. Yeah, it's difficult to remember to do that. I do have this heal and ward to keep in mind as well. So Shackles is going to set Reversal of Fate. The next time you suffer damage from an attack, the attacker suffers the same amount. And Agony of Others, just an attack for 2 into the altar, because why not? It does 1. Black Imps are dead, and the Harbinger of Shadow has move, given that he is disarmed, and now he is not disarmed. That's not a shuffle card, so he's very, very likely. He has 5 cards remaining, right? Yeah, 5 cards remaining, and 3 of them he does nothing. So very likely that he won't be doing anything. This door is still locked, so all we can do really is hit this altar. A little bit unfortunately, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could make an ally suffer 3 to make the altar suffer 3, but that's just not that good. Shared Affliction is just not that good, so maybe I'm just going to do an attack for 2 here. I can't damage the boss, so I kind of want to just run away. Maybe I'll just run away and heal so that I don't get targeted. Infuser doesn't do any tanking here, which is a little different from normal. I guess I could just use this Bounty of the Earth Shield to shield for 2. That works for me. And then I'll just Veil of Protection to increase max health and make myself immune to curse. Prism. Oh, okay, nice. We've got a good turn here. And Prism is first. Harbinger of Shadow, it's special 1, so it's the other shadow that would be acting. So we have move 1, attack for 1, range 2, target 2. So move 1 right here, attack for 1. It does 1. Okay, yeah, I don't want to use any items. Then attack for 2, attack for 3. I guess I don't get anything out of the extra targeting here, do I? But attack for 2, it does 4, and attack for 3, it does 3, so that's 7. And that will destroy the altar. So we get this. It's got to be, right? 3.2? Yeah. And this gets set up. Pretty sure it's Prism that goes, although it's been a long time since I played the level. We read 99.4 over here. The altar on tile B cannot be reduced below 1 hit point until all characters occupy tile 8B. So that's got to be this room right here. Door 2 is locked and will unlock when the new altar is destroyed. Oh, was I not supposed to... When door 1 is opened, we read this. I think I made this mistake the first time I played the level 2 and confused myself a lot. Okay, the altar is destroyed, so we read 3.2. Place the destroying character in A and any of their summons and tokens in hexes adjacent to them. No figure can teleport to this new tile. Harbinger of Shadow 1 is now active and can be damaged. When the Harbinger of Shadow is reduced to at most 2/3 of its maximum hit points, rounded down, read 21.4. So he's 60 hit points, which means once we've done 20 damage to him. And this kind of really sucks, because Prism is now done with his turn. I really wish I had given him, like, a ward or something before he went over. Yeah, I'm not in range to, like, Frenzy Potion or anything. So I guess we just hope Prism doesn't die, because he's going to get hit here. And so Infuser, I guess the sword just does nothing, because he can't focus on this guy, which means that Infuser is just going to move towards the door? I guess I can play the shield on Bounty of the Earth to reset the leaf after I use it for Veil of Protection. So we'll do this. I ward myself, and increase my max hit points by 3, and the sword's max hit points by 3. And then I shield myself for 1 and reset leaf. This just doesn't help. All right, I've got move 3. I can go ahead and open the door. I'll probably do that. Move 3, set wind, and heal myself for 5. 1, 2. And now we get to read the thing that was in here. We have 1 more point of movement. This is a scary looking room. So the altar can't be destroyed, but it can be damaged. We can deal 14 of the 15 damage to it. And then the door is locked and will unlock when the altar is destroyed. When it is destroyed, move a character over to the new... Move the destroying character over here to fight the boss. And they need to deal 20 damage, which is not completely insignificant, I would say. We'll have to see how this goes. We need cards out of Black Imps and Shrike Fiends, and I still have 1 point of movement. Okay, this looks like something I want to run away from And this looks like something they're going to chase me with. Do I get away from this guy? He does move 1, which means he will reach me, but this guy won't, so I think I will still step away. And I set wind for what it's worth. Alright, so Black Imp steps forward, I guess eats the wind to get multi-target, even though he doesn't actually get multi-target, and he attacks me for 2 with poison. He does 3, which means he suffers 3, and I get poisoned, and my Reversal of Fate comes down. That's a little underwhelming. And that is an attack targeting me, so now on our turn, we can heal 3, bless an ally. But it has to be an ally, it can't be ourselves. Yeah. Move 1 on this guy. Harbinger of Shadow, we get special 1. That's move and attack reduced and summon a Black Imp. Yes, move and attack for less than summon a normal Black Imp. So 1, 2, 3, and attack for 4. Ow. And summon a normal Black Imp. This is not good. Oh, I didn't bring pets. I totally forgot about pets. I get 2 pets, right? I actually just don't even remember. We're gonna need them, so... yeah, 2 pets into a scenario. Let's see. We probably want the Forest Imp and the Heroics. And we might just need to go ahead and pop that real quick. We'll figure that out when the time comes, but... done. Shrike Fiends have move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack for 4 because of the poison. And it does 5. And pushes for 2. That hurt. And I can't even bite in Gauntlet or anything because... oh, okay. This is horrible. I guess Sword is going in, and we will just use Stoic Vigilance and the Battle Prowess. Because why not? Didn't get the Caress of the Night up, but these guys are immune to Wound and Muddle anyway, so that wouldn't have helped that much. And I guess I'll just maybe hurt an ally in range? I don't know. I don't know. Neither of these cards, like, actually do anything, so maybe I should just short rest? I really do not like early game Shackles. Like, I don't want to lose that card. But I do want a short rest. I definitely didn't want to lose Line of Transference. But at least now I have, like, some okay cards. Maybe just, like, healing up a lot is good here. Unending Torment with Cleansing Fire can heal up quite a bit. And going fast, I can heal up Infuser. And then... he was in range when he got hit 2 times on that turn. So we have the Circlet of Sanctity back again for another ward. So we can just ward everybody. And Infuser's looking pretty good. Prism, gonna have to short rest because... yeah, long rest is just not possible. That would just be a death, I do believe. Unfortunately. Is there any chance that we short rest? Or long rest? I don't want to pop all of this. I mean, it feels way too early to pop this stuff. I still have 9 cards in hand. Or 8 after a short rest, which is a lot of stamina. Yeah, I just really don't want to lose Divergent Destruction or Faceless Entity. Both those cards are so good. I'm not going to lose Long Range Missiles. That's another insanely good card. Okay. Hunter Killer kind of sucks to lose because it's a bottom attack multi-targets, but it's not the end of the world. And now I can go fast. I can't underspeed all of the boss cards. Did he shuffle? No, the boss did not shuffle, so he doesn't have his 11. So 12 will underspeed everything. So we can go for that. I would love to, like, move and heal, but it doesn't look like that's something I can do. I guess I can... No, he would have summoned here, right? They always summon adjacent if they can. I really do need to heal up. But maybe I just want to do as much damage as I can. Maybe I do need to use my items. Which feels really, really bad to be using these on the first one. Maybe I don't use both. Or maybe I don't use all of them. But that also feels kind of wasteful. I don't know. We'll go Faceless Entity and heal up. And we'll see what cards they play. Because maybe Boss 1 isn't attacking. Strike Fiends, that's the Suffer card, right? All enemies within range 3 suffer 2. And then they get Retaliate 2. And Set Dark. So range 3 suffer 2. So that's most of us. Luckily, the sword survives because of the thing that I gave it. And they're done. And now it's Infuser. So the sword will just move 2. It's only Retaliate 2, not Retaliate 3. It's Retaliate 2, range 3. And so my sword will attack for 3. That will deal 3 damage. And then he will take 2 Retaliate. And then the Infuser will Master Scepter the sword, giving it 2 health and a ward. And then command it to attack for 3. And it does 6. Very nice. It suffers 2 damage and retaliate, which would get reduced down to 1 because of the ward. And so it survives. And then now Infuser is going to... warding it doesn't really help. So I guess I'll ward Shackles. My ward is gone because of the thing, but Circlet of Sanctity goes off. My ward has been given. There's probably not much point in playing Mantle of Summoning, is there? I guess there's a chance my sword could survive. Yeah, we'll give it the Mantle of Summoning. So shield 2 for the round on the sword. So maybe I should have warded it. But we'll see. We'll just see what happens. Oh. And then this is what I'm looking for. I'm like failing my hotkeys. Move 1, all enemies within range 3 that target one of your adjacent allies with an attack this round target you with that attack regardless of the attack's range. Oh, okay. I can't move 1 to get up to here. So that does not help. My microphone is being... My headset's being really staticky. It's from the baby pulling on it all the time. Alright. Well... Infuser will move up. Prism. We got special 1, so it'll be Harbinger of Shadow 1 that's attacking. Which is not good. I think that means that I do need to use my items on Prism. Which is very depressing. How are my other characters ever doing 20 damage to this thing? I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's go ahead and pop both power potions. We'll pop both power potions and just see what happens. So add +2 to all attacks, add +1 to all attacks. Which makes these become attack for 5, attack for 5. I'll go ahead and heal myself for 3. And get regenerate. And then I will attack here, here with Faceless Entity. So attack for 5, disadvantage, 5, disadvantage. Maybe it would have been better to back up rather than heal myself. But I did get a 0, so this thing dies. And then into the boss. +1, -1, so that's 4. This one is guy number 1, right? I'm not... I'm not wrong. Okay, so this guy suffers 4. And then I just hit him again at disadvantage. And he suffers 4 again. So I need to deal 12 more damage to him. Wow, I actually might not get it. So this is attack for 7, attack for 5. Attack for 7 just does 7. And then attack for 5, we need a 0. Okay, we get a +1. So that does 2/3 or 1/3 to the boss, reducing him to 2/3 of his maximum hit points. And so then we read 21. Set his current hit point value to 2/3 of his maximum. Place the character who is by itself in any empty hex adjacent to any other character and any of their summons and tokens in empty hexes adjacent to them. Remove all black imps from tile 15B, and Shadow 1 is no longer active. So we can go into any of these empty hexes. I guess I'll go down here. And unfortunately, yeah, I did use this Frenzy Potion, so I don't have anything else to use on my Power Potion turn. We are just done. Unless we say that I still have the second target of the attack from the Minor Frenzy Potion, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Shackles is going to heal 3 Bless with the Armor of Empathy right here. Oh, or I could go into the sword, actually. Let's target the sword with this, maybe. Heal 3 Bless into the sword. And then heal 1, move 2, heal 2. So heal 1, heal 2, and then just heal 5 with the Unending Torment. Black Imps are both targeting the sword. This guy, though, with move 1, cannot reach. So just this guy, attack for 3. It does -1 damage because of the shields, and it poisons. And then Harbinger of Shadow 1 is not active. And we are alive. I guess the sword can theoretically tank for me, so there's no reason to not just long rest Infuser. Here I would love, okay, move 4 jump 1, 2, 3 because I have reduced move, but I could use boots to get here. I'm always disadvantaged into this guy, so I can go in Divergent Destruction. I guess I'd rather go late so that I'm not targeted, because I don't think any of the damage coming from anything else is super significant. And we're long resting, and here now, I don't really want a Reversal of Fate because I'm warded, so that kind of sucks. Did I flip all of these over? I did. There was one attack that went off on an ally, but it didn't go off on Shackles. So Shackles would love to move in with jump if that were something that it, you know, could do, but Shackles just doesn't have movement cards and doesn't have jump cards. I do not like Shackles. Like, I simply do not understand what people like about it. I guess I'll heal my ally with Pleasure and Pain. Maybe I just didn't bring the good cards. What cards did I not bring? Yeah, I mean, Blood Ritual's fine. Attack for 4 is a good level 1 card. Oh, I thought I did bring this Transferred Injury. And I like Swift Vengeance, but, like, Delayed Malady doesn't really do much unless you're doing it with Shared Affliction. And Agony of Others I really like, but that's the only Shackles card that I like, is Agony of Others. Alright, let's go. Black Imps. Healing and setting an element for me. We'll just make it Leaf. Actually, we'll make it Dark. We'll make it Dark. Because I might want to play this Caress of the Night next turn, and Dark is the one required element for that. And then we get special 2. So unfortunately, that will be this guy, and he's targeting Shackles. So he will come up, and he will hit Shackles for 6, and it will deal 6. And curse Shackles. So I take it back. I'm glad that I had that ward. That was an attack into Shackles, so Armor of Empathy and Circlet of Sanctity. And done. Did that right? Special 2, attack extra, yeah. All right. Shackles. I guess now I have no problem with setting the Reversal of Fate, and then I will heal 3 on myself and Prism. Shrike Fiends. Target 3. You've got to love it. So they move and they target 3. So this guy steps forward so that he can hit 1, 2, 3. And I guess I can pick who the third target is, but we'll definitely just go here, 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 I think. And Claymore is probably going down. But that's not the end of the world. So attack for 2, 2, 2. Attack for 2. Attack for 2. And attack for 2. Misses, okay. That was an attack into an ally and then some. And an attack into Shackles. And then this guy will back up and hit 2, 2, 2. So that's 1. That will take out the Claymore, unfortunately. And then into Shackles, that's 3, which means he takes 3 from the Reversal of Fate. And it will move my Armor of Empathy to the next position. Man, I thought I had healed up a lot, and all of a sudden I'm just dead. I guess the boss did crit me, didn't he? Infuser started the turn disarmed, and so at the end of the long rest, the disarm will go away. And I refresh these. During my turn, I can still ward somebody. I actually am really liking this Circlet of Sanctity. It's actually, like, quite good. And I think just having 2 of them in your party would actually be just kind of insane. Because you're getting attacked a lot in Frosthaven. Like, that is something that's happening. So I think I have undervalued this item. We'll put the ward right here. I totally skipped Prism. That was rude of me. He is after the Shrike Fiend, so it doesn't really matter. We have move 4, jump, becomes move 3 because of the aimed assault, but we will use the sturdy boots to make it move 4. And go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll just attack Shrike Fiends because the Black Imps have 5 shield. So attack for 2 at disadvantage. It will kill. And then into the other one, I get a heal 1 and it does 3. And then it's just range 2, so I can't hit anybody but this guy and this one. So we'll go for the Strike Fiend first. Nice. The attack for 3 does 6. And then disadvantaged attack for 3. Oh, I guess that couldn't do any damage, could it? Because it would have had to crit to do 1. I guess I could have rolling poisoned. That's what could have happened. All right, and that will finish Prism. And I already did Infuser. But I didn't figure out the card to lose. Stoic Vigilance doesn't feel super important to me. I don't think the initiative is super important either, so I'm happy enough with that. What am I doing? Shackles really needs to heal and has played its heal cards. So that's not happening. If I had an ally here, the Suffer card would like actually be okay. What can Prism do? Prism has heal with launch pod, move with prepared for deployment, and attack with long range missiles. So that's not bad. Next turn is probably just move with Cogeminate and attack with launch pod. Infuser doesn't have the sword out. It's not the end of the world to not have the sword out. I can just do stuff myself if I want. I do have the dark, but I don't have Caress of the Night, and I don't have Leaf to get the sword. So maybe it's going to be do a dark Leaf combo so that I can set Caress of the Night. The only problem is that then that's just kind of nothing for my turn. All I do is ward myself with the Veil of Protection. Yeah, it's just gonna take a second for me to be able to start contributing. I could Crystalline Aegis with Torrential Cleave. I could use my perk at the start of during Order of Initiative, make Leaf, and then I could make my sword. And I don't get the Caress of the Night yet, but honestly, I really don't even need Caress of the Night. I just like it, which is why I want to play it, which is not a very good reason to be playing it. So maybe I will just get my sword right now. I like my sword. Nothing wrong with that. So we can go sword with, I guess, just moving and making Leaf. Or healing an ally with Emerald Edge. Something like that. We'll figure that out after Ordering of Initiative. And then Shackles. It's really not impressive. It's really not impressive. Is it just move 3, attack for 2? I think it is. Harbinger of Shadows, special 2. He will hit whoever is faster. I do not have Boots of Speed here to get away from him. So that hurts. And he just hits Shackles because Shackles is faster. So attack for 6 into Shackles. It'll deal 3. Use a tick there, and I get cursed. That part I'm totally fine with. Then Shackles is going to move. Let's see, what do we have from these guys? Multi-target attack, and I think the Dark will be there. That's annoying. Oh no, the Dark will not be there. Oh, but I was planning on setting Leaf, wasn't I? I don't have to, though. I did do the Radiant Boon to Leaf at the beginning so that I can get my sword. Alright. I will go ahead and heal for 6. And then move for 3. Attack for 2. Does 3. What is he doing? Nice. He's attacking and pulling in, which means that I can use my Biting Gauntlet to kill him with Retaliate when he hits me, and he hits me first. I get to heal for 3 and bless an ally. Makes the most sense to go into Prism, doesn't it? Prism's the one that definitely attacks the most, and so we'll have the most chances to use the bless. And that finishes Shackles. Oh no. I moved for 3, which made Wind. Which is not something that I wanted to do. Can we just say that I moved for 2 instead? Can we say that I moved for 2 instead so that I don't make the Wind? Can I reach this back guy? Yeah, I can. I'll reach this back guy and muddle him with the shot grenades, because why not? And we'll say that I just moved for 2 so that I don't make the Wind. Oh, it doesn't matter. This is a separate ability line. Okay. Then we won't change things. I'll go where I went and I'll make the Wind. And this guy is muddled for my shot grenades. Although I guess the elite makes more sense. It's fine. Prism. Oh, Prism gets a chance to kill. Man, I'm out of it today. I was much more focused last night. Okay, we get a 2-target attack for 3, and we can move. 2-target attack for 3 in range 4. So range 4. I think that going way over here makes the most sense, and I'll hit here and then here. 2-target attack for 3. Okay, that's 3 damage and a miss. Dang. I definitely wanted better. Now it's the Shrike Fiend, so he will attack here, and then here, and then here, but it doesn't matter because he attacks for 1 at disadvantage and pulls. He does deal 2 damage, but then I will use the Biting Gauntlet to retaliate 2 onto him, and that's an attack into me, and I'm in 2 range of Infuser, and he dies to the retaliate. And then now we get the Infuser. So she will use the leaf to summon the sword. And then heal. I guess I'll just heal 1 target. Do I want to use leaf next turn? Not really, I don't think. So maybe that means I'll just heal 2 targets. Heal for 2, range 2, target 2. And Infuser's done, and then now the Black Imps. They do have movement, so Shackles, and then I guess the sword. Oh, sword, please survive. I can give the sword the Mantle of Summoning. And I can give the Shackles the Master Scepter, because he needs it. All right, attack into Shackles. They'll eat the wind. Attack for 2 with poison. It does 1 and poisons and progresses my thing. And this one as well. I actually really am liking these items. I think they're kind of good. Attack for 2 and poison into the sword, but the sword had 2 bonus shield. So he just gets poisoned. And then this guy will hit for here, and then here attacks for 2. No damage. And no damage because of the shield. And we're done. This is going very slowly, but we're still alive. Prism now can start hitting this altar. Sword of Swordliness is just going to run in and hit. This seems like a fine time to grant him a second attack, and hopefully he can kill. So we'll do the Battle Prowess, and I guess I just go relatively quickly. I'll save the Onyx Shards, but I can just do Bounty of the Earth, I think. Or maybe Boon of the Tempest. Because the sword doesn't need the +1 move and jump, and the sword doesn't get to do the attack for 3. So I can just use the Boon of the Tempest to move and set wind. Which then I just need Dark for Caress of the Night, but this doesn't set Dark. It only sustains it if it's already there. I needed Circlet of Elements or something. That's okay. I get to give out more wards, which is kind of nice. And then what am I doing here? If the sword were here, I can make the sword suffer 2 to kill both. Okay, I kind of like that. 43 is actually a fine initiative into Black Imps, because that's when they get most of their attacking cards. So we can do that. And that just means that over here, instead of Battle Prowess, I play Onyx Shards. And yeah, I'm happy with that turn. Infuser, Prism, Shackles, Black Imps, 43. I said 43 was a fine initiative. And then it's special 1. So it's the guy over here. Okay, this is not going poorly, where it's like we're just making slow progress. But we are making progress throughout the scenario. I guess it's been 2 rest cycles for everybody already, though, hasn't it? And we're not yet halfway through. We'll see. I guess the disarm doesn't do anything on this guy, does it? Well, first we get the sword, and I will Horn of Command the sword to move 3 deeper in, and then attack here. So disadvantaged attack for 3. We get just the 0. But that's 3 damage, and that's all we needed. Good job, sword. And then I will move 2 disarm just to set the dark. And yeah, move 2 disarm. And then over here, my Circlet of Sanctity. Ward. I guess the Shackles. Ward Shackles. and I'm done there. Then Prism. Prism has move 4, move a summon 4, and then attack for 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then just attack for 3. I could hit those guys, but it doesn't matter. So just into the altar, because yeah, I have a bless, right? So I won't attack if I don't have to, and that attack for 3 will crit. Very nice. Prism is done. Shackles. I will explosive wound. One of your allies within range 3 and all enemies adjacent to it suffer 2. So suffer 2, dead, dead. And then I will Armor of Empathy, heal 3, remove the poison at least on this thing, and give another bless here. Black Imps are dead, and Harbinger of Shadow, this one doesn't do anything. Nice. That went pretty well. I can take the time to long rest here. Get some stuff back. I can take the time to long rest here. I'm feeling relatively healthy. And then the sword is just going to move 3 and hit the altar, and I'll just tell it to hit the altar again. Why not? I can sustain the dark, and I can move and make leaf, and then next turn I can Caress of the Night. Beautiful. It, like, actually works out. What does not actually work out is that the boss is first, and he's going to hit multiple targets. So attack for 4, attack for 5. So Infuser takes 5, which seems high. And then into Shackles, attack for 5. Ward reduces it down to 2. So that ward was definitely useful. Infuser, the sword moves 1, 2, 3. And attacks for 3. Okay, it does 6. And then I will command it to attack for 3, which will sustain the dark. And it gets a +1. Which is a little bit horrible. I'm disarmed. That means that I kill the altar. I wasn't thinking I would be killing it. Maybe it's not the end of the world, though. So we're going to go to the other side, and Sword will come with us. And I assume he just gets placed right there. Destroying character in A, or the closest empty hex to it. And any summons in empty hexes adjacent to them. Harbinger of Shadow 1 is now active. Okay, it says he's now active. And his turn has already gone. But, like, he was inactive and now he's active. I don't think it works like he was just summoned in. I'm going to keep telling myself that. I don't think that he gets a turn. And if he doesn't get a turn, that means I want my sword closer so that the sword can reach. And then I guess for me, I will just move to and set leaf. And then we're just going to Caress of the Night this next turn. And I guess ward myself. Although brittling the boss makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Anything else that I can do here? No, I just really want to get a long rest off. Okay. Not the end of the world. Although what will be quite bad is if the sword dies, and then Infuser just has to, like, attack for 2 until she's done 20 damage to the boss. Maybe I should not have commanded that attack. We'll see. We will see what happens. I get to go fast this next turn, at least. Actually, I always get to underspeed all special 1 and regular attack cards. So that's good to know. And then both my other characters just long rest. Was I poisoned? Yes, I was poisoned. Oh, wait, but I have the long rest perk. So I ignore the poison, but I don't remove it. Which is fine. It's actually totally fine. I'll lose that card, and then I can just play this Cleansing Fire and heal up a lot. And then over here, we'll just drop Code Geminate. I know that I could be, like, bringing one of these down for increased stamina, but I'm just not going to worry about it. Although it hasn't been, like, super... The Code Geminate part of it has not been super beneficial. I think I prefer just playing with summons and doing the... just, like, switching into rapid fire mode sometimes to play with long-range missiles. Because you get some really fun stuff when you do that. I really love this Plague Protocol mode, which, like, I think if you're doing this build, you don't take Plague Protocol because you really want Divergent Destruction, because that's two attacks for 2 and 3 extra in the turn. But I really like playing with both of these cards. They're really, really fun. This Hijack Bottom is just really nice because a lot of monsters have innate things like Retaliate to hurt each other, or Poison or Muddle or Wound or something on their attacks, and so commanding them to attack their buddies, just it gets you extra stuff. And then the move 1 can move into hazards and traps and stuff like that, or move them into AoEs. So Hijack is actually like really, really useful. So I think I prefer just like a summoning Prism over this Code Geminate stuff. With that said, I know I'm not playing it correctly, so I guess that makes it does make it feel worse when you play it poorly, doesn't it? Meanwhile, we're good to just open this door now. And I'm full health on Prism somehow. This Regenerate has stayed on for forever. So I guess I just open the door and maybe I'll just attack with long-range missiles. Over here, man, I want to set Caress of the Night just because I really want to do it. It does nothing for me. It's way better for me to just brittle the boss here, isn't it? I think it is. Also, he's always going to be single target now because he doesn't have this card, which means he's never hitting Infuser. Which means hopefully the sword survives this turn. Hopefully the boss doesn't hit this turn. Next turn, I can long rest. He'll hit the sword and kill it, or I just bring it down before the end of my long rest. Then I'm not disarmed anymore because of the long rest, and then I can use this Frenzy Potion. Maybe with another Brittle, and that'll kill the boss for sure. So yeah, we're in really good shape. This is the fast one, which means it's this guy. I do have boots now to underspeed this if I want, but I do have my Deathproof Charm as well. So I think he's attacking me for 7. It's fine. I'll let him hit me for 7. He does 6. Not even close, honestly. And he curses. And that's an attack into me. So there's my Armor of Empathy, but not my Circlet of Sanctity for once. And we get Infuser. So move 1, 2, 3 on the sword. You know, I'm really enjoying this sword build. I have no idea if it's any good at all. But I'm enjoying it. Sword attacks, then I will move forward and Brittle. I guess I can go here, right? Might as well grab the chest, why not? Okay. That works. And Prism. Move 3. 1, 2. I have boots, but I can't... I didn't refresh them on the long rest. Let's go ahead and use them. Use them before the move 3. And see what happens. So 1, 2. And then this room is the same as before. Can't finish it off. Oh, nope, not that one. This one? This one. There we go. We can't destroy the tile until everybody's in that room. Oh, I think everybody was in the room when I destroyed this, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, Shackles came in a long time ago. So we need to make sure we get everybody to that room before we destroy the altar. And then when we do destroy the altar, bing, bang, boom, somebody comes back over here. All right, so Prism, that was 2 movement. We have 2 movement left, and we need to see Shrike Fiend and Harrower and Fester cards. Harrower is moving and attacking, and Shrike Fiend is moving and attacking with insane range. I myself have 4 range on my attack, and I can buff it up to 5 on one of them. Or 6? Yeah, plus 2 range, so I can get 6 range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and here. How much is the Harrower move? 1, 2, 3. Okay. That works for me. So I'll hit here, and I could hit the altar or a Harrower. I don't see any reason to not target a Harrower. So we'll go on this Harrower on the left. Heart Strike Bow into him. So attack for 4 into him. Does 5, and then into the Strike Fiend. It was attack for 3. It does 2. And that finishes Prism. Shackles survived the hit, and so we will heal off the poison, move, heal for 2, heal for 5. And then the Infestors, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they put themselves at a very, very nice range for me, and I can just Divergent Destruction them. Maybe Faceless Entity, because I want to underspeed them, although with Harrowers, that is not fast enough to underspeed. This probably was the turn where I should have used my Circlet of Eyes, given that I didn't get to use it on my Power Potion turn, but oh well. Is Shackles going to get to help here? Not really. I'm not poisoned. I just healed the poison off of myself, so I think I'm just going to Reversal of Fate top. I kind of want to just Reversal of Fate top and just set Agony of Others bottom. Although, the stacking is nice on Reversal of Fate and Agony of Others. The way it can stack on itself. Let's just Reversal of Fate top. We get a nice attack 5 into this guy. Or into this guy. We do have line of sight on him, so I get the heal, I get to hit him. It works out for me. And then over here we long rest. And we let the sword go down. Over here we go fast. And we hit both of them for 3. Nice. They are in the 30s, which is very, very nice. They also do not have Dark, so they don't get their super ability. Strike Fiend. I didn't give the Strike Fiend his turn last turn. Oh, he was supposed to attack me for 5, wasn't he? Okay. We'll just lose a card on Prism. Because he crit me. And then this would have been shuffled. But yeah, I forgot because he was at 10 speed. And then now he's going for the Dive Bombs, which is only 3 range. But the 10 speed card, I believe, is 5 range. Yeah, so he didn't need to move to hit me. So he would have just hit me and crit. I'll just lose that card instead of getting crit. And this is actually in, like, really easy shape to just win, I think. Oh. Why was I thinking Launch Pod? That's kind of dumb. I want to do Faceless Entity. So left, I deal 3, and right, I deal 2. And then again, left, miss, right, 2. And then I've got just move 1. Isn't that great, but I guess I'll just move 1. Then Shackles will set Agony of Others. Next 3 times I suffer damage while there is an enemy within range 3. One enemy within range 3 suffers damage. And I don't think the boss counts for that because he can't suffer damage. So I wouldn't count him as being in range. Heal myself for 5. Bless myself. And then attack the healthier one. Yeah, attack the healthier one for 5. And it does 4. It didn't miss, which is good. I was afraid, given that they've cursed me multiple times. And the Harrowers. This is like a straight line. Yeah, straight line, but my characters are not in a straight line, so they'll both just move and hit Prism. Attack for 3, attack for 3. And I take 7. Which feels like damage, but it's not that bad. Strike Fiend, nobody in range 3. Harbinger of Shadow, it's special 1, which means he will just attack the sword. He's attacking for 4, and then he'll summon a Black Imp. So yeah, I can't help the sword at all. Okay, that will kill the sword. Unfortunately, we needed a -2. And then he summons a Black Imp. But, given that I don't have the sword now, at the end of my turn, my disarm will go away. And it's long rest time, so we can do all of that. And then we'll just lose a card, and then I don't need Boon of the Tempest, I don't think. Although maybe it wouldn't be that bad. And then now I'm not disarmed. And I heal my 2. And then now Infuser can go for... Oh, this is really funny. Infuser can attack for 3 with Caress of the Night, then Brittle, and then attack for 4 with Frenzy Potion. That's so cute. Shackles, now these guys are in range for the Agony of Others, although... I guess move 2, retaliate 2 would be good if they're going to be slow enough for it. We'll see. And then Prism, I'll just try to run away. And yeah, they are slow enough for it. These Harrowers are really playing ball. They're moving and meleeing, which is just really good. Strike Fiend's coming in too. This has been like so much easier than I thought. Definitely taking this level out of my list of like really difficult scenarios. This is not a top 5 level, not even close. So Infuser, attack for 3 with Caress of the Night. Does 4, which does 8. Then I will Brittle him with Crystalline Aegis. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 infusions, so it's just 1 target. And then I will Frenzy Potion him. And that is 5, which will deal 10. And then he'll go back up to 20 health, and I teleport over here adjacent to any ally right here. And done. I could ward an ally, but I don't feel like I need to do that at all. And then Shackles. I don't have my thing procced, do I? No, I haven't been hit that much. I will just move here, move to retaliate to, heal myself and an adjacent ally. And then let's just muddle both of these guys, because why not, right? We've got them right where we want them. Prism. Prism is just going to kill him, isn't he? I guess with move 4, I'll just go here, and I'll attack this guy and then this guy. So, attack for 2. It does 1 and 1. I take 2, retaliate. Then attack for 3 at disadvantage is 0 kills. Nice. We get the +1, so that'll kill. And then on the other guy, another +1. And so the whole retaliate 2 thing didn't work out quite as planned. Strike Fiend will move 1, 2, and then has 2 enemies in range 3. So attack for 4, attack for 4. That's 5. And that is an ally in range being attacked. We'll get 2 ticks of Sanctity here. And then attack for 4 into Shackles. It does 5. Which will proc the Agony of Others. And make him take 5 as well. The boss is just going to move 1, 2, and Infuser was faster. So attack for 5. And it misses. I'm like in disbelief at how easy this has been. Maybe I'm talking when I shouldn't be because the level's not over, but I mean, look at how much stuff I have left. Maybe it's just that Infuser is like way better than I'm giving it credit for. Where did I... let me pull up my tier list. What position did I give Infuser? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have Infuser ranked as the 7th best class in the game. Which... I really can't see putting it... Maybe it should be above Snowflake. But a lot of the other classes I don't see. But honestly, I thought this sword meme build... I mean, I thought it was just going to be bad. Maybe it's only good at, like, really low levels. But the +3 health on the sword makes the sword itself actually kind of tanky. And then just some supportive items just feels really strong. I mean... I guess most of these wards I'm giving out are coming from the items, which means that it's not really Infuser doing it, but I don't know. It has felt really good. It's felt really, really good. Might as well just disarm the Shrike Fiend, right? Disarm the Shrike Fiend, set the leaf, and then I can bring in my sword next turn. And we're long resting, and we're just playing the 2 cards that we have. Fast Shrike Fiend, you don't love to see it. He's target 2, and Prism is 99, so Shackles is primary focus, and we can pick Infuser as the 2nd. So attack for 5 into Shackles, it does 6, which will deal 6 back into him. This is where Shackles is good, is Agony of Others, and it's like, this card itself is just amazing. That'll trigger our Armor of Empathy. Then we get special 2, which is this guy going after the faster person, which is Shackles, right? Yeah. And Shackles would die to that, so we will use the Deathproof Charm to not die. I didn't suffer damage, so the Agony of Others doesn't go off, I think. When you would suffer damage, negate the damage. Yeah, we negated the damage, so we didn't suffer anything. But we did still get cursed. Then Shackles, move and attack for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and immobilize, because why not? And an attack for 2. And it does 2. And then Infuser is going to be move 2, set leaf, and disarm. I'm not sure if I want to disarm the Strike Fiend or the boss. I think we'll disarm the boss. Yeah, move 2, set leaf, and disarm. Oh, and then ward. Also, Shackles should have done the heal on his turn. Before he moved, he was in range to get either of them. And I just forgot about it. And then now we ward, I guess, Shackles, just because he's so low. It's range 3, right? Yes, range 3 on this side, 2 on the other. And then now we get the long rest. Refresh these nice items. Keep the really good cards. Oh, they're all really good. We probably don't need 2 move 4s. Wow. I'm really surprised that Prism is so low on cards. Because, I mean, it's still been like a 9-card class. We did lose 1 card to damage, I guess. Alright, we'll play long-range missiles and the move 4 so that we can hit and hit. Shackles will just long rest and hopefully heal up. And Infuser, I guess we just move in. Everybody needs to be on this tile. So, move in and summon the sword. Prism, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to use the boots to get the move 4. But with boots, we do have a move 4. And then attack the Shrike Fiend. It does 3. And attack the altar. It does 3. Shrike Fiend is second at 73. And he will just attack the Shackles. Attack for 5. And it will deal 5, and the ward reduces that down to 2. He gets pushed, and then the guy dies. Man, this Biting Gauntlet has not been useful. That's done. Harbinger of Shadow, this is the special one, so it's the one over there. And then Infuser is just move 2, I believe. Yeah, move 2, loot 2, and summon the sword. Shackles killed him on his long rest. I guess I'm still immobilized, aren't I? Because I can't remove negative conditions. Get rid of Shared Affliction. I can't believe we still have that card. And heal up. Unfortunately, I don't think I can send Shackles over to have it be the one to fight the boss. That would be the way to lose this level at this point. But I think either of the other characters can go and be just fine. I guess maybe I want to make sure I heal Prism up. Because that, I guess, could be a way to lose. If Prism is really low and goes over and dies. But I don't think it's going to be an issue. Prism, we will just step forward. Attack the altar for 2 and 2. We deal 4 and 7. Then Infuser, the sword, will deal 2. What did Infuser herself play? Not much of anything. Heal someone in range 2? Okay. Heal 2, heal 2, because I don't need the leaf. Shackles, it was heal 3, with the pleasure and pain, and then heal 3 on myself again. Boss, special 1, it's the one over here. Okay, this guy was like, he was very cooperative, I think. So yeah, that's what makes this level hard, is if that guy kills you or not. We'll long rest here and just hope the sword doesn't kill the thing, because it's probably better if Prism goes over, but maybe not, just because Infuser has so much stamina left. And we just will not let Shackles attack. Shackles can move and summon. Harbinger of Shadow, finally he gets a turn. He moves 1, 2, 3, and he attacks for 6, I do believe. He does 5, and Infuser is immune to Curse. First time that has mattered. Prism is just going to walk over here and summon... Oh, I was thinking discard Effigy, but actually the Flesh Bomb is going to be better. So let's do that. Let's summon the Flesh Bomb. And that's that. Do I want to unsummon the sword? No, because it's fine if Infuser goes over. So the sword will attack and will crit. So that will destroy the altar, and we will send Infuser and the sword over to deal with the remaining hit points of the boss. So when the new altar is destroyed, 69. Place the destroying character in A, or the closest empty hex to it, and summons adjacent. The 2 Harbingers of Shadow figures no longer share hit points. Harbinger of Shadow 1 retains its current hit point value of 20 and is now active. But Shadow 2 now has hit points times character -1 divided by 2, where H is the Harbinger of Shadow 1's current hit point value. So that's a very complicated formula of 20 times 2 divided by 2. So 20 times 1. And that's it. He's no longer immune to damage. When both of them are dead, the scenario is over. So let's get 40 damage on this guy real quick. And that's it. We just need to deal 20 damage on both sides, and we will have won. We just started Infuser's long rest, so let's go ahead and finish that off. We can drop the Bounty of the Earth. We don't need that. I guess if I could get the elements, the retaliate wouldn't be useless. But I'm probably not getting the elements, right? And so we just short rest over here and attack the boss. I probably should have saved that card, but it's fine. We short rest over here and attack the boss. I had no idea that my stamina was this low, but it should be fine. We only need to deal 20 over here. Infuser was definitely the right character to come over. We will just run forward and brittle the boss. I need to move 3, and I don't have it. So never mind. I will not run forward and brittle the boss. Oh, we've got our pets. We'll use the heroics pet, finally, to get that final move 1. All right, so the sword goes 1, 2, 3. And does 2 damage. And then I will move 1, 2, and use heroics to move a 3rd. 1, 2, heroics, and brittle. Done on not done on infuser, because we're going to get hit over here. So let's Mantle of Summoning and Master Scepter both into the sword. Actually, let's not Master Scepter. Let's just Mantle of Summoning, because he's going to survive. I believe in him. And then I guess over here, both my characters could do a move 1. Doesn't really matter. Shackles, we get our summon, attacks for 2, and does 2. And then Shackles will poison itself and the summon to make the boss suffer 1, and then attack for 2. So that's 3 damage. Make him suffer 1. Poison both of us. And how much did the summon hit for? 2. Alright. It felt like I did a lot to only deal 6 damage total, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Prism. Attack for 2, attack for 3. That's 4 damage. And 7. And then they go. So I guess guy number 1 first. He will back up. He will attack here for 4. Into shield 3, that is 1 damage. And then here for 4, that's 2. Over here. Oh, I didn't do the 2 damage from the sword onto him, because we pulled a -1 this turn. Over here, this guy will hit the flesh bomb, but he backed away. On death, attack to target 2. All enemies within range 2. Nice. And set fire. He might not kill. Attack for 5. Okay, he does kill. So the flesh bomb gets... it's Shackles that gets to do the attack. Oh, no, maybe it is the flesh bomb. It's an attack for 2. It does 1. That's 7 damage in this round from Shackles. And then an attack into Shackles again. It does 5 -1 -1 +1, so that's 4. And we are in amazing shape. Yeah, we know that we're guaranteed to underspeed him over here, so I can just disarm him. And then the sword gets to attack into his brittle. And then over here, I'll just short rest and run at his face. Nice. And he is melee, so Shackles gets to do something. So move 2, retaliate 2. Oh, but I may just die. Move 2, retaliate 2, and heal 5. Nice. Was I poisoned? I was poisoned. Alright, well, I may die, but I may not. Unfortunately, this card is active now, so I can't discard it to not take damage. I can muddle the boss, question mark? No, I cannot muddle the boss. Oh, yes, I can. Nice. I just saw so many things, it's like there's no way. Just attack with long-range missiles. Attack for 3. It does 4. And then I'll just back up, just in case. Then on Infuser's side, the sword will go up. Attack for 3 into the brittle and miss, which is really unfortunate. On my turn, I will heal and ward him, so now he's very likely to survive. And then I move in and disarm the boss. This guy is like, he has 5 immunities, and it feels like he's immune to nothing because he can be muddled, brittled, and disarmed, which is, that feels like bosses should not happen. All right. He does that, and then this guy attacks for 5. With the muddle, he still does 5, which kills Shackles, and Shackles doesn't get to retaliate. And this was not an all allies must survive level. In the round, we'll just play these cards on Infuser. That should be fine. It's going to take us a while to kill, but we should get there. And then over here, we have Divergent Destruction to go and kill. And that basically always kills. So we will just move, I guess, move 1, 2 with the Divergent Destruction. Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, but I have my Heart Strike Bow. Nice. Okay, so move 2 with Divergent Destruction. What's he doing? Special 1, so it's the other guy attacking. And then I can increase the range with Heart Strike Bow. This becomes attack for 4, which means that it kills if it doesn't miss, but it does miss. And that's Prism. But now I'm in range next time to hit him. Infuser. Sword will attack for 3. Nice. Attack for 3 does 5. Brittles to 10. And then I can't really do anything on my turn, can I? I, like, actually can't do anything. But that's fine. Harbinger of Shadow. This guy attacks for 4. 3, that does 1 damage. Wait, no. 4. Wait, what did he hit for? I'm tired. He attacked for 4. Are they really? Okay, they do have both their crit and their miss in here. It was attack for 4 with the -1 is 3. Then the shield makes it 2, and the ward still makes it 1. I don't know why I freaked out about it, like it was gonna be anything for me. Unfortunately, though, he summons the Black Imp. I can pick either side, though, right? I think. So we'll put the Black Imp over here so that the sword still targets the boss. And done. Prism, I need you to pick up the kill here, but you've got me, right? Can't miss again. It's probably not true. Probably could miss again. We'll go for the Battle Prowess on this side. We could theoretically kill here, but probably not. Well, I need to make sure the sword survives. Or if the sword dies, then I have Crystalline Aegis, Caress of the Night to kill myself. To kill him, myself. And we should be in good shape. I think this should have gone forward 1 as well. We can maybe ward him. Harbinger of Shadow, special 2. That is just this guy. This guy. So he will move forward and attack for 6. And he misses, but he does curse me. And then now... okay. I back up, and I attack for 2. And it does not miss, and so he dies. So this shadow is dead, and now we just need to kill this one, and we win. Sword will attack it for 3. And that does 3, and then I will tell him to attack it for 3. And that does 3. He suffered 6, and then now I will unsummon the sword, and use Onyx Shards. Make 4 1-hexed obstacles and empty hexes within range 3. All enemies adjacent to at least 2 of the created obstacles suffer 2. That is not an attack. The sword I unsummoned, which means that I can place 2 obstacles right here. They're next to the boss. He suffers 2 and dies. And then I loot 2 and pick up the chest. Eventide Scepter. Really? This does not feel like the level that should give that. During your heal ability targeting an ally, consume light to add regen. Cool. What? That's like so... That's so specific. Who has heals targeting allies and sets light? I think shards. Banner Spear has a card that sets light, but it's not something they do a lot of. And also, Banner Spear's 25 initiative card that's a heal on an ally already has regenerate. Coral sets light, but doesn't heal allies. Infuser doesn't do light. Geminate sets light and does heal allies some. But Geminate also just barely sets light. This is just like such a useless item. And like light and dark, so okay. You can curse enemies and you can regenerate allies if you're healing them and you have a coral in your party. I guess if you have Geminate Coral, Geminate could theoretically pick up this item. Realistically, though, it sells for 25 gold. Oops. All right, and that was it. That was... I like this level. I think that this is a fun level. It was definitely a lot easier than I expected it to be, because it really felt like Shackles was mostly just dead weight the whole time. Infuser sword build, I still don't think is as good as a regular Infuser, especially not at level 5. Just because you have such fun things you can be doing, like hitting 3 targets with remote impact. I mean, doing that last night and spreading out the wound with Caress of the Night just felt so strong. And then being able to do things like attack for 3 with your bottom, hit multiple attacks for 3 with your top, use like Duelist Shoes to get into position so that Guide the Flow and Caress of the Night, if you haven't activated it, you can use multiple attacks on your bottom. Like, it's... I guess this sword build is really nice and tanky and defensive because the sword itself is tanky with its 1 shield. You can give it more. You don't really care if it dies because you can summon it back, but like 5 health permanent 1 shield can very easily accidentally survive an attack. And then I guess Infuser doesn't really have all that much that actually wards it. It's just these items that I brought that made it feel good. So in general, I do think that regular Infuser, especially once you hit level 5 and have Gemstone Resonance, to be able to do Boon of the Tempest and Caress of the Night and potentially Coalescing Darkness, like to just basically for free get to heal an ally, strengthen yourself, disarm an enemy, and attack for 3, and still have your bottom action where you do something like attack for 3 with the strengthen that you just gave yourself, and your attacks are always wounding and muddling. It's like there's just so much going on with Infuser at the higher levels that feels really good. But honestly, I'm not disappointed in the sword build. I think I will try it at least one more time. We'll probably try it in digital sometime. But I guess for now, that is it. We'll look at the conclusion, but 1 morale, 1 inspiration, unlock the fist, friend of the ice speakers, summer outpost 51, and add a +50 to the town guard deck. But we don't do any of that stuff because we already finished the Algok story in this campaign. So that is that. Fun level though. I enjoyed it.